And we are recording. Okay. Let me just confirm here in the chat, Emerald, are we ready to go? Great. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm so glad that you are all joining today's webinar on Getting Ready for Abilene Gives 2025. I can see some of you in that room there. I wish I was there in person, but thank you everyone for making the time. I'm really excited to get in today's presentation. My name is Rory. I am the project manager working with the CFA team to put on Abilene Gives. Been putting in a lot of work. The CFA team has been putting in a lot of work in order to provide a positive Giving Day experience for you. And I'm happy to be here to support along the way. You may recognize some of these friendly faces. This is the team at the Community Foundation of Abilene. Like I said, they've all been working really hard behind the scenes to set you all up for success during Giving Day. So let's jump in. A quick summary of what we are covering in today's presentation. We're going to talk about all of the basics of Abilene Gives, how to register and set up your profile, and then we're going to end with a checklist of your next steps, and we'll have some time for a Q&A at the end. There is a lot of great information in this presentation, so just a reminder, these slides are going to be available on our website, as well as a recording of this. So in case you know someone who wasn't able to attend today, or if you want to review this for any reason, this will all be available. Before diving in, I did want to take a moment to acknowledge the awesome results from last year's Abilene Gives. During our Giving Day in 2024, there were over $2.5 million raised by 4,018 donors, and that went to 174 organizations. So it was a really big year and a major accomplishment, and we can't wait to build on last year's success. So I'll start with the basics. Abilene Gives 2025. Abilene Gives is a 12-hour giving day taking place online at abilenegives.org. It will occur on May 6th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Central. For Abilene Gives, each nonprofit organization conducts their own unique campaign to market and share with their supporters. All participating nonprofits need to register and complete their profile for Abilene Gives, and we'll cover both of those processes shortly. Participants in Abilene Gives receive exponential visibility generated by their own marketing efforts to spread awareness about the day, as well as those efforts by the Community Foundation. By being part of the momentum of Abilene Gives and leveraging the tools available to you through your participation, your organization has the potential to reach a brand new audience of supporters. So in order to participate, organizations must be IRS recognized and a tax-deductible nonprofit and in compliance with state solicitation requirements. Additionally, you need to be able to accept ACH deposit transfers into a valid checking account. This is how you will receive the funds that you raise during Abilene Gives. An exciting benefit of participating is the opportunity to participate in some friendly competition of leaderboards or prizes throughout the day. And we want to provide the maximum number of opportunities for supporters to get involved and donate. So donations are going to open early on the website on April 28th at 8 a.m. Central, and they will close on May 8th at 12 p.m. Central. So keep those dates in mind. You can start fundraising ahead of the Giving Day. So additional benefits of participating, your organization has the opportunity to learn how to utilize new digital fundraising tools and take advantage of fundraising resources that we have available year-round through Bonterra. We all provide numerous resources on general fundraising geared specifically towards Abilene Gives, but also that you can access year-round, provide inspiration and best practices for fundraising, engagement, and stewardship. So really recommend you look at all of the resources that we have available on the site and know that those are available to you year-round. Participating in Abilene Gives provides the opportunity for your organization to re-engage existing supporters, as well as gain new donors and new supporters. For example, if you engage in peer-to-peer fundraising, that can be a way to engage supporters in a different way than they've participated previously. By participating, you are capitalizing on the momentum of the day and getting your organization in front of new audiences. It's also a great way to reach other internal goals that your organization has. So we're not just thinking, about the dollars that you raise. You could also use Abilene Gives to increase volunteer participation, to increase your social media followers, or enhance your stewardship programs. Additionally, because there are prizes and match incentives on the day, we've got great motivators for donors. Donors are going to be incentivized to make a greater impact on the day, knowing that their dollars can go further thanks to those sponsored opportunities. So getting into donation security, one of Bonterra's top priorities is security and reliability. So to ensure this, we partner with Stripe, which is a PCI level 1 payment processor. That's the highest level for secure donation processing. Donor payment information is never revealed or saved within Bonterra and is instead securely passed through to Stripe for processing. When a donor gives to your organization, funds are deposited directly into your bank account within 5 to 7 business days of receiving the gift. In order to become verified to get those donations, your organization must have a bank account that can accept ACH transfers. And when setting up your direct deposit, your information gets securely passed through and verified by Stripe. Additionally, we verify that all participating organizations are verified as IRS and state recognized nonprofits. So taking all of these measures, we ensure that donors can feel confident knowing that they are giving to who they think they are. We provide really simple donation processing to ensure that the donor experience is easy and enjoyable. All major credit cards are accepted. Additionally, donors giving over $100 can make their gift by logging directly into their online bank to take advantage of lower processing fees. That's something we'll talk a little bit about later. When exploring AbileneGives.org, donors will have the option to add donations to their gift basket. This provides an easy way to keep track of the organizations that they want to give to while continuing to explore other organizations throughout the site. And when it comes time to check out, they have the option to easily view their gift basket and complete their donations. I will note that gift basket is limited to 10 donations in a single transaction. This is because it's a way to make sure that the process goes smoothly. When we didn't have that limit in place, we found that people would stall out in the donation checkout. So if anyone reaches out and says, hey, why can't I give more than 10 gifts? That's the reason, but donors can always return back and make another 10 transactions. It's just that's all 10 gifts in a single transaction. So as I mentioned, we process all of our transactions securely through Stripe. That is PCI level 1 compliant payment processor. That's the highest level of compliance available. And though our donation process, we try to make it simple and fun and easy to use, we do understand that questions can come up as donors are giving. So we also have our chat support available directly within the donation form for easy access to our support team. So when you see that blue chat bubble, that is access to our support team, and donors can reach out directly if they run into any issues as they're processing their donations. When donors give through Abilene Gives, they will have the option to cover the donation processing fees in the last step of the donation form. While this is optional, we do find that the majority of donors cover fees. Although there is always a cost associated to raising funds online, donors aren't always aware of those costs. So by providing transparency around fees, most donors are willing to cover those and ensure that their recipient organization receives 100% of their intended donation. This is a little preview that you see here in the slides of what that donor experience looks like. So let's discuss those fees associated with making a gift on Abilene Gives. So when making a gift via credit card, the fees are our 3% platform fee that comes from Bonterra, and then the Stripe fee of 2.5% plus a 30-cent flat rate. So in that case, you would have a total of 5.5% plus 30 cents when making a donation via credit card. Now, if a donor makes a donation over $100, donors have the option to either give through credit card or directly from their bank account using this ACH payment method. This allows them to connect their online bank account directly, and they can save on fees by doing that. You still have that 3% platform fee from us. However, instead of paying a percentage of that larger donation amount, they just have a flat rate $3 bank fee. So the total would be 3% plus $3. This, I think, is important to communicate to your donors. Often donors are giving gifts that exceed $100. So as much as we can encourage them to save on fees so that they will cover those in order to give you the intended full donation amount, I think we should do that. So as you know, just so you know, that is an option for people that I highly recommend encouraging folks to use. So on this slide, you can see an example of our gift basket feature that I mentioned earlier. Here, donors are adding organizations to their gift basket. They can keep track of who they're giving to while continuing to peruse the site and see other organizations. And then once in the donation flow, donors can also add organizations by clicking that Add Another Organization button within the donation form. So all of this makes it easy for donors to support multiple organizations in a single transaction. Once donors make their donation, they will immediately receive a thank you email that comes from your organization's main contact listed in the Giving Day platform. So this thank you letter can be customized to include a special message from your organization. We'll cover how to do that here in a little bit. And then because this thank you email will include your organization's EIN and the donor's donation amount, this does serve as a tax-deductible receipt for your donors. There are also analytics available to you in your nonprofit dashboard that I wanted to call out. So at the top of your dashboard, just beneath where it says Abilene Gives 2025, you will see a button called Analytics. There you will find really helpful stats on your donor and dollar amounts. You can see how many of your donors covered fees. You can look at year-over-year comparisons if you've previously participated in an Abilene Gives. So I really do highly encourage everyone to explore this tab, as there is a lot of interesting data that you may find useful. So before I dive into registering and next steps here, I do just want to take a moment to call out our dedicated customer support team. So when you see this blue chat bubble on the bottom of our website, that connects you directly to our chat support. On our Giving Day, our chat team will be online to help you and your donors answer questions from 8 in the morning to 6 p.m. So just want to plug them, as it is a group of very qualified people who are experts, technical experts on our software. If you run into questions as you're going through the process of setting up your profile, you want to have a second eyes to just make sure they think things look good, that is what they are here for. They will also be really helpful for you in terms of making sure that you're verified to collect donations. So if you run into any issues along the way, we highly encourage you to use that blue chat bubble. We're here to help you succeed, so no question is too big or too small. Okay, so now let's dive into how to register for Abilene Gives 2025. So to register for Abilene Gives 2025, start by navigating to abilenegives.org. And on the main page there, select that pink Register Now button. After selecting Register Now, you'll be taken to the organization's search page. If you have participated in a Giving Day on the platform in the past, or specifically Abilene Gives in the past, when you type in your nonprofit's name, you will see it appear in the search results with a button that says Participate. You just click that and you'll be taken to the registration survey. If your organization is new to our platform, it will not appear in the search results, but you'll see this new button that says Add My Organization. So when you click that, you'll be taken to a page where you're asked for some basic information about your organization, your name, the address. You have the option to upload a logo here, though you can wait to do that if you would like. Once you have filled out that basic information, you'll be taken to the registration survey, and this is where you'll provide additional information about your organization. Once you've completed these questions, you must pay the registration fee. We are now in regular registration, which is open until March 31st. The registration fee will increase from $100 to $150 on April 1st. So encourage everyone to register as soon as possible. Registration will close on April 14th. So if you haven't already registered, do make sure to make notes of these dates and get onto the website to register as soon as possible. Once you've entered your payment information and filled out these questions, you'll click register to complete your registration. And upon submitting your registration, you'll immediately receive a confirmation email as well as a receipt. Once you've submitted that registration, you will be taken to your Giving Day dashboard, and this is where you can set up your profile. If you have previously participated, you have the option to copy over your profile from a previous year that you participated in. So this allows you to just copy everything over instead of having to start from scratch. Though, of course, once copied over, you have the option to make any adjustments or updates as needed. I do want to note that your bank account information will also carry over automatically from previous years, even if you don't choose to copy over your profile. However, it's really important to go into your dashboard and make sure that you are verified, that all of the information in there is still up to date and accurate, and that there are no additional information requirements needed from Stripe. You'll be able to see all of that within the bank account verification page on your profile. So highly encourage everyone to go in and look at that. Even if you think you've done it and you saw the check mark, just go back in and make sure that there are no updates that are needed. So you're registered. Let's talk about how to set your profile up for success during Giving Day. This is what that Giving Day dashboard looks like. Each blue box here represents an area of your profile that has yet to be completed, whereas the green check mark represents an area of your profile that is complete. In order to set your profile up for success, we recommend that you complete each section of your profile. So let's cover each of these in more depth. I also, before we go into that, want to talk about adding profile admins. So once you set up your profile, you have the access to adjust all of these things, but you can also allow other members of your team to manage your organization's profile. In order to do that, on the left-hand side, you'll see a Manage Organization tab. When you expand that, then click Add Administrator, a pop-up will appear where you can enter their name and their email address. You'll see a few permission levels. I think most cases, you'll probably want to give them admin access. That allows them to work on the profile, to invite fundraisers, to invite other admins. They can also see your donation data, though. So if you do not want to give them that option, then just make them a profile editor. That allows them to update the content without seeing all of that back-end stuff. To see the full list of who has access to your profile, you can click supporters and see who needs access from there. I will say this is another piece that's a really good place to rely on the chat team. If you run into any issues adding folks, you're not sure how to do it, reach out through that blue chat bubble and say, hi, I have a colleague who needs to be added. Here is their name and an email, and our team should be able to help you. So let's get back to completing your organization's profile. So that first step under Add Your Organization's Info will prompt you to add basic information about your organization. Here you can add your logo, your external website, as well as the causes that you support. Those causes will inform our search criteria. So that's a good way to, if someone types in, for example, animals, and that's what your organization supports, yours will come up if you have this part. Uploading a high quality square version of your logo will ensure your visual identity on your profile is recognizable to existing supporters as well as new supporters. And yeah, I would say that this is an important piece because it just allows your organization to be found easily within the search on the website. Once you filled out that basic information, you'll move on to the next step, which is adding your organization's story. So in this section, you can add a cover photo. You can set a monetary goal of how much you would like to raise during the giving day. And importantly, you can tell the story of why your organization is participating, both through words as well as visuals. Outside of just the cover photo, you also have the ability to upload images as well as link a video related to what your organization does. I do want to take a moment to stress the importance of adding a thoughtful story to your Giving Day profile. For donors that are not familiar with your organization yet, this may be their only opportunity to get to know your organization and understand why you're raising funds. We recommend thinking of testimonies or firsthand accounts from beneficiaries, perhaps a letter from your president making a personal request for support. These are all examples of ways to make an appeal to your audience. I would encourage you to be thoughtful in your language, but probably not write too much here, as it's likely that donors are probably not going to spend too much time on any individual profile. I really do recommend, if you have photos or videos, to use those wherever possible. And if your organization cannot use photos of beneficiaries for privacy reasons, there are a lot of free stock images available online, and we recommend looking through those to see if that can help you illustrate your story better. Okay, so the next step on your dashboard is one of the most important. It is getting verified to collect donations. Without completing this step, your organization will not be able to receive donations during Abilene Gives. There are a few different components to becoming verified, so let's walk through each of those. The first is state attestation compliance. In order to fundraise on our profile or on our platform, your organization must attest to being in compliance with state charitable solicitation laws. More information about what that exactly means for your organization can be found on your bank account and verification page. Next, you're going to be requested to provide some basic information about your organization, such as legal name, DBA name, and address, as well as all of the banking information for where your organization's donations should be deposited. Additionally, you're going to be required to provide information for an organization representative. The organization representative for your organization should be someone who has administrative access to your Giving Day profile on our platform, as well as oversight of your organization's bank account. Additional information about who the org rep should be and what they need to provide can be found in our help center. But do make sure to come into this piece early, identify who that person should be, and get their information entered as an important first step in this. It is important to complete this as soon as possible. Don't leave this for the last minute. It can take up to 7 days for Stripe to fully verify your organization. So we just want to ensure that you have plenty of time to provide the information necessary and to add any additional information if requested of you so that you can collect donations on Giving Day. This is an overview of what that bank account and verification page looks like with those 3 major components: the state charitable solicitation attestation, EIN verification, and the bank account / org representative verification. When you're filling this out within our platform, you get directly connected to the Stripe portal, and that's where you actually complete the payment processor verification. Again, our help center is going to be helpful here, as well as using that blue chat bubble if any questions come up during this process. If you are a returning nonprofit and you already got verified to collect donations in a previous year, it is really important still to ensure that you are still verified to collect donations on your profile. So a couple things here. At the very top, you may see a check mark that's saying you're verified. However, I really encourage you to scroll down all the way through this page. Make sure that that information is still accurate, that you're still using the same bank account, that that bank account representative that you've selected still works for your organization. And then under this piece here, and I've provided a screenshot there, you'll see it says manage payments verification. This is from Stripe directly. And what you want to make sure is that it says that your payouts are enabled and that you have no outstanding requirements. If you do have any outstanding requirements, it may mean that you're donatable right now, but that you're going to reach a threshold in which updated information is needed from you. We want to avoid anyone having a situation where they're donatable now, but before giving day, they lose that donatability status. So just go through that whole page, make sure you see the check mark at the top, as well as these at the bottom. If you have any outstanding requirements, you'll see a button that links you to update the details that are required. The next part of your profile is suggesting donation levels. So this is an optional field, but if you have money that you're raising for certain things, this is a really great way to tie a specific program cost or an organization expense to an amount and help donors visualize the impact that their gift will have. So for example, if you want to provide vaccines for a litter of kittens and that costs $35, you can include that as a donation level. Donors do always have the option to donate a custom amount, but this is a great way to show visually what their money can provide. And the next step is for you to add a thank you message. So this is a custom thank you receipt that's included on your donor's tax-deductible receipt. It is the first point of contact from your organization after the donor has made their gift. So it's important to take some time here to personalize this. You can add an image or a logo if you'd like, as well as, sorry, an image or a video if you like. And again, these thank you emails will come from your organization's main point of contact to provide that extra personal touch. If you want to make a test donation to your organization to see what that receipt looks like, that may be a good idea. And if you need any help when you see that, if it comes from an incorrect contact and you want to update that and you're not sure how to do so, that's another great thing that our chat team can help with. The final checkbox on your Giving Day dashboard is to invite your peer-to-peer fundraisers. We have a lot of great resources for this on our platform. However, if you join us on April 4th for our next webinar, we're going to get into this topic further. But essentially, peer-to-peer fundraising allows your supporters to create a profile and raise money on your behalf. So in addition to those key steps for setting up your Giving Day profile, there are tons of additional tools to help you manage your Giving Day right from your dashboard. So for example, you can get quick links to our webinars or other training materials, our help center. A lot of what I've gone over today is in our help center. So if you have any questions, come here and look things up and you should be able to find some support. Again, if you're missing anything or not finding what you're looking for there, that's a great time to go to our chat team. As you work through setting your profile up, you can easily view it by selecting View Your Profile. That is an option beneath Other Actions. And then once your profile is fully complete and ready to be shared with the world, you can use that link within the Share Your Page box to share your Giving Day profile anywhere. You can also use those quick share buttons to easily share to Twitter or Facebook. Before we talk about your next steps, I want to take some time to highlight our nonprofit toolkit. This is a valuable resource for all your Giving Day needs. There are communication templates, graphics, resources for your board members or volunteers or fundraisers, as well as some on-demand training videos. So we really encourage you to leverage these resources as you prepare for Giving Day, and also feel encouraged to rely on them year-round for your fundraising efforts. So now that we've covered how to register and complete your profile, let's talk about next steps. So first piece is there may seem like there is a lot to do in order to participate for Abilene Gives, but if this is your first time participating, just take a step back and decide, what extra strategies do you want to take on, if any? So maybe this year, the focus will not be on trying to get extra fundraisers, but instead just trying to create a really engaging profile that you share out with as many people as possible. We also really understand that your role as a nonprofit admin can be overwhelming at times, and you may be working with limited resources. So we hope that the resources that we can provide will make your participation in Abilene Gives a bit easier. And then remember that while there are opportunities to secure match incentives or prizes, you don't need to compete for these. Just do what you feel is within your capacity to do. And remember that there are always future years to take your participation to the next level. And then finally, remember that giving through Abilene Gives may not be the right fit for all of your donors, and that is okay. Giving Day is a great opportunity to take existing donor relationships to the next level, but it may not be the right fit for anyone. It's still a great way to get to nurture certain supporter relationships, as well as get your profile or your organization in front of a new group of supporters. So over the next few weeks, take some time to follow the CFA on social media during Giving Day, as well as the week leading up to Giving Day. If you post on Instagram using the hashtag Abilene Gives, that will populate on the website. So that's a great way to get more eyes on our site. Also watch your inbox for important emails coming from Bonterra as well as the Community Foundation. Email will be our main method of communication as you prepare for Giving Day, so we don't want you to miss out on any important information. And then if you have any others in your organization that you're working with to put on Giving Day, consider meeting internally to discuss what goals you have. Maybe that's a monetary goal, or maybe you're looking to do something else during Abilene Gives. And then mark your calendar for our next webinar. That's where we'll get more into the peer-to-peer tools and other ways to engage your supporters. And then explore the site, look at the toolkit, and see what resources you may be able to leverage this year. Okay, so that's all that I have in the presentation. I hear that Misty is making her way to the front of the room to see if anyone has questions. So please ask away. They'll send them here in the chat. Though I may be able to hear you, Emerald, if you ask them. We can see if that works too. But yep, here to answer any questions. Concerning the donor page, yeah, that is correct. The minimum donation amount to give is $10, and any gift that's made through our platform will qualify as a tax-deductible gift. On the tax receipt, people want to give anonymously. If someone wants to donate, how does receipting work? Okay, so it feels like maybe there are two questions there, and apologies if I'm misunderstanding. And Emerald, if you want to clarify, if they don't want, so the receipts are going to come in automatically, and there isn't a way to not have a receipt come in. But if you wanted to give, I suppose it depends on the email that you enter. Could they, could that, they need to know. Oh, yeah, you can resend receipts at any time too. So here, let me just make sure I have this question right. If, first of all, people can give anonymously. They can have privacy settings turned on so that they can hide both their name as well as the donation amount from the public. If they don't want to claim a receipt at the start, I'm not sure what that entails. You will get an automatic receipt if you give on the site. But receipts can be resent at any time. It's really easy to do that. In our support center, if you look up resend receipt, you'll see instructions on how you can do those. That's another thing you could ask the support team to do. Say this donor reached out and asked for their receipt to be resent, and our team can help assist on that too. Emerald, let me know if I didn't answer that question right. Yes, yeah. So donation can remain anonymous while they're still notified that they received the donation. It's still getting they still get that tax deductible receipt, and the receipts can be resent. Let me know if there's anything else there that needs clarification. Okay, so it sounds like there might not be any more questions. I will be posting this recording as well as the slides to our website. So, you can refer back to this. And yeah, we'll see you again on April 4th for a conversation about matches, challenges, fundraising, all of those tools that we have to engage your supporters on the next level. So thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone's time. We are here to support you through all of this, and things are starting to come up soon. So yeah, just let us know how we can help. And thank you all. I'll sign off.